All right, so here we go, you guys. Let's go. All right, let's dive right into this, because apparently I'm supposed to read this article. All right, the cheats gambit. Grandmasters go to war over claims 46 game Blitz match streak was tainted. US Grandmaster and social media star Hikaru was accused by a rival of cheating after a hot winning streak. The outcry exposed a generational rift between top chess players, Vivon Hurley reports. All right, so let's get into the meat of it. They take a picture of me, a picture of Kramnik, and here we go. All right, actually I can probably make this a little bit smaller, so it's a little bit bigger. All right, there we go, a little bit smaller, and let out a touch more. All right, here we go. Okay, so Hikaru Nakamura plays chess like he talks at 100 miles an hour. The 35-year-old Grandmaster has been the top-ranked US player for over a decade and live streams rapid-fire games of online blitz chess while explaining the logic behind his moves to his millions of fans on platforms like Twitch and Kick. Recently, Mr. Nakamura went on an unbeaten 46-match streak against ranked opposition in a competition on chess.com, the world's largest online platform. Most in the chess world applauded, but the streak also drew accusations of cheating from a Russian foe. Vladimir Kramnik, a former world champion, cryptically claimed in a blog post that a series of victories was suspicious and merited closer examination by moderators on chess.com. Mr. Nakamura furiously denied the allegation, telling his 2.2 million YouTube subscribers that Mr. Kramnik was cherry-picking selected data to sow the seeds of doubt about the integrity of the game. All right, this is from my stream, or not from my stream, but from the YouTube video. The dispute appears to have exposed a generational rift between traditionalists who favor in-person matches and younger digital-savvy players who grew up playing chess online. Younger players think in a completely different manner, Yuri Garrett, chairman of the International Chess Federation's FIDE's Fair Play Commission, told The Independent in an interview. And their muscular memory is different when it comes to moving a mouse versus on the chessboard. So he's essentially saying online versus over the board. Okay. After more than a week of escalating trash talk between the two grandmasters, interesting way of putting it, because it's more like I don't need to clarify specifically, but what I would say is, like, it's more like Kramnik's getting angrier and angrier, or he's trolling, because that is possible, getting angrier and trolling, and I'm pretty much just laughing at the whole thing, because it is frankly just absurd. So okay, chess.com cleared Mr. Nakamura of wrongdoing on Thursday the 29th of November, saying in a statement that it had carefully examined the winning streak and found that Mr. Kramnik's claims lack statistical merit. Okay, nothing new so far, but let's keep going. Professor Kenneth Regan, a computer scientist who is the world's foremost expert on e-doping and chess, also conducted a review of the games and found Mr. Nakamura's results were well within the likely statistical range for a player of his caliber. Big surprise. What else is new? Professor Regan told The Independent that the victories could be explained by the US player's high-risk style of play in blitz chess, which typically involves unsettling opponents with unorthodox openings to get the battle on earlier and prevent them from following memorized moves. Now, again, what else is new? Literally, you could watch almost any number of my streams over the last year when I play the people who are much lower rated, and you actually literally hear me say this, where it's like, what am I doing from the start? I want to get them thinking, using time from the start. Critical moments in the middle game, I start to press them. I start moving fast, get them low on time. Hopefully they feel the stress and they blunder. So, all right. Very, very unsurprising, because I have a feeling I've probably literally said this myself on my streams. But let's keep going. Okay. The professor uses an analogy from the sport of cricket, where playing conditions can vary wildly depending on the playing surface known as the wicket. Right. So this is for anybody who's not British or from the Commonwealth. Cricket is a game that is played mostly in the Commonwealth. It's like baseball or close enough to it. So the wicket is I don't even know how to explain it to Americans, but whatever. Let's keep going. A century hit on a sticky wicket is a lot harder than a century hit on a bare sun-baked wicket that is giving the bowlers nothing. That happens in chess as well, and basically Nakamura creates the stickiest wicket. Exactly. So it's saying there's this little thing where you throw a ball at, and the guy at the plate just smacks the ball over and over and over again for sixes, or what we call home runs in American baseball. And they're saying that I make it the trickiest. And of course, this is also very true, by the way. But let's keep going. Okay. E-doping. The latest supposed cheating scandal to roil the chess world began with a November 20th post on chess.com by Mr. Kramnik, a Russian grandmaster and former world champion. Mr. Kramnik called into question a stunning streak of 45 wins and 1 draw by an unnamed player in a popular online blitz chess competition known as, well, this is a mistake from the journalist. This was not from Title Tuesday. Heck, if I could achieve that score in Title Tuesday, I think I would accuse myself of cheating if I could do that. 45.5 out of 46 and 3+1 with increment in 4 or 5 Title Tuesdays, an independent streak. I would accuse myself of cheating if I could do that in Title Tuesday, because that is literally impossible for anybody, even Magnus Carlsen. So this is a big mistake, because obviously the what he's referring to were random blitz games. But yeah, 45.5 out of 46 is literally not possible by anyone, because you're playing very strong players. You're playing with increment. A lot of the black arts not black arts, the dark arts do not exist. So this is a little bit disappointing to hear this being said, but let's keep going. The thinly veiled reference was clearly aimed at Mr. Nakamura, the world's 4th ranked player. Also mistakes, I'm currently number 3, but anyway, it doesn't matter. 4th ranked player and 5-time US champion who's gained more than 4 million followers through his live streams of competitive games, and who recently had a streak of 45 wins and 1 draw. I believe that everyone would find this interesting, Mr. Kramnik wrote in a since deleted post on chess.com, noting that it was statistically unlikely to have that many wins. The claims were seized on by 2023 world champion finalist Jan Nepomniachtchi, who shared a screenshot of the post on social media, adding mysteriously, because he's the hero Gotham deserves, but not the one it needs right now. Okay, Mr. Nakamura hit back the next day, calling on Mr. Kramnik to just come out and say what you're trying to say. Mr. Nakamura claimed to have been the target of a malicious whispering campaign from the Russian player for months. I think he's doing it to undermine chess, he said in one YouTube video. The war of words escalated when Mr. Kramnik then claimed he had uncovered evidence of Mr. Nakamura's winning performances having an extremely low mathematical probability. Mr. Nakamura again took to YouTube to rebut the accusation, suggesting that Mr. Kramnik was on a personal vendetta fueled by jealousy. Now, I would also agree here, by the way, that it's very clear to me now that this is 100% what's going on, because at this point, many data scientists, many people working at universities have very clearly debunked Kramnik's theory, and he still continues to push forward on this topic. Okay. Someone doesn't get to say these things without actual proof. They don't get to falsely accuse people over and over again without having to pay the price, he told YouTube viewers. He then answered his critics in emphatic fashion by winning 43 Blitz chess games in a row. This is insane. The Gotham Chess X Twitter account. Oh, that's wait, they don't even use Levy's name. They say the Gotham Chess X Twitter account. That's kind of some bad shade towards Levy, actually. It's like the Gotham Chess X Twitter account. Of course that's Levy, but like not saying Levy's name is interesting. Account wrote a viral post. He is clearly sending a message regarding the recent comments from Vladimir Kramnik. Mr. Nakamura made his own tongue-in-cheek post on X, given everything that's happened. I think to prove my ability, I should have to record myself playing, verbally explain the logic behind all of my moves while also playing very fast. Wait a minute. Exactly. Undeterred, Mr. Kramnik started a petition on change.org demanding that chess.com perform a detailed investigation into Mr. Nakamura's abnormal results. He later claimed on his chess.com blog that he was subjected to physical threats and intimidation because of his allegations against Mr. Nakamura. Now, one thing that I will point out about this, however, is that nobody should be subjected to such threats, period, no matter what. Having said that, in this modern age, if you're going to go and post stuff on the internet, which is very much out there, you start going after people, like there are going to be people making threats. Like it has happened before. Like I've had people make threats against me. This is not something new. This is part of the online world, and that's just how it is. So the Independent has attempted to reach Mr. Kramnik. Mr. Nakamura did not respond to a request for comment. Mr. Regan, a University at Buffalo professor of computer science, is sometimes referred to as the chess detective and has been probing claims of e-doping in the sport for decades. Hashtag me too. Right. Thank you. He told the Independent he examined Mr. Nakamura's. Really? Is G next to the K? I'm looking at my keyboard. K and G are kind of far away. This doesn't look like a typo. That's very poor. G and K are kind of far away on the keyboard. They're not right next to each other. But anyway, whatever. Mr. Nakamura's hot streak after the cheating claims were aired, and that Yeah, he said he had examined Mr. Nakamura's hot streak after the cheating claims were aired, and that the chance results were well within the likely statistical range. The data suggested that Mr. Nakamura had played a tad better than expected, while his opponents performed slightly worse than their chess.com ratings would have predicted. And now this is where I don't need to go into math, but what I would say to you guys very clearly is that if you look at these games that I'm playing against these players, there are like 1, 2, or maybe even 3 games in the sequences of the 10 or so that I'm playing against all these players where they're better, maybe they're even winning, but they choke and completely mess it up. And then of course that makes a score of like 7-3 or 8-2 or whatever it might be, turn it to 10-0, and I look like I'm amazing. So that's essentially what this is saying. Generational divide. In part, the disagreement may involve the way offline and online chess is viewed. Professional in-person chess tournaments are subject to far more stringent security measures than online games, Mr. Garrett from FIDE told The Independent. Players entering a playing hall in a top FIDE tournament pass through metal detectors, thermal imagery scanning, and are subjected to thorough searches of their person and their belongings. It's easier to pass an airport checkpoint than to get into a playing hall, Mr. Garrett told The Independent. I'm not saying it's impossible to cheat, I'm just saying it's very, very hard. While FIDE has no jurisdiction over how chess.com games are run, Mr. Garrett said that online chess games have completely different mechanics to in-play person. Someone like Hikaru was born with online chess, Garrett said. I would expect him to have an understanding or instinct which someone like Kramnik doesn't have, and play online chess in a way that is more intuitive. Now, the best part about this comment is that this is true, but even for myself now, I'm a little bit of a dinosaur. Like I'm not the youngest spryest I'm not the youngest or most spry chicken. Sorry, ooh, that was a loud alert. Sorry. For whoever subbed, but anyway, as I was saying, that's why for me, like when I, if I think about myself, like I'll give you a perfect example here. If you go back to when I was growing up with online chess between, let's just say, the ages of 10 and 20, for example. Okay, so this would be 1997 to 2007, for example. If you look at the kids today who are really strong, like there are 2 players in particular I'm going to mention right here. Sina Movahad from Iran, who's 13, like 2490 over the board, but in Blitz he's been like 3100. Or Yagin I think Can Erdogmus, maybe I'm mistaken, who's 12 years old from Turkey, who's also like 2500 over the board, 12 years old. He's close to 3100 online. Both of these examples of these kids would have never been possible like when I was growing up. Like between 10 and 20, these kids would not have been possible. But chess is changing, so even these sorts of things are becoming more and more commonplace, because the amount of not books I should say, but the amount of like data online that exists, like you can go watch videos, you can do puzzles, you can play against top players in the world, like all these things are speeding up the learning process. So like all these kids are getting really, really good even younger, which is why it's really important that like when Kramnik has this view, it's based on an outdated view about like 30 years ago versus modern day. And even for me, my view is somewhat outdated now too, because the world that I grew up in doesn't exist either. So it's really, really important to keep that in mind when we talk about this topic about having understanding intuitive, because like kids who are 11 years old and they're playing me every day, these intuitive things that they pick up, they're picking them up at 11 or 12. So they're literally improving off this at a much faster rate than like I ever could have done. So this is something that is very, very critical and very important as we go forward. All right, so Mr. Garrett said that the intensely competitive nature of the game and the mere suggestion of having access to chess engine software meant that outstanding performances from young players instantly aroused suspicion. Oh, and this is actually literally what I just touched on, because of course for me when I was young, kids were getting good at like 14, 15, 16. Say when Kramnik was growing up, it was probably like 18, 19, and this is exactly the point, because now as soon as some kid who you've never heard of has a great performance, like no, it's not possible, because the framework or the reference point you have is from a different time, a different era, and so that's your automatic first thought. And as I said, I've been guilty of this too, where it's like I see a young player have a great result immediately. It's because when I was young, this wasn't possible. It's like they got to be cheating, but of course they aren't cheating, and they keep improving. Kids are getting better and better as they start chess at younger and younger ages. So let's keep going. A year ago, former world champion Magnus Carlsen stunned the chess world by accusing his 20-year-old American opponent Hans Niemann of cheating. Yes, that was the one with the anal beads accusation. Mr. Garrett said the media attention that comes when cheating claims are aired shows the enduring popularity of the sport. Interesting take. I don't know if I agree with this part about like the enduring popularity, but let's keep going. But we don't like it when players go public with allegations because you either have hard evidence or you're tainting someone else's career, he said. During COVID, the 1,500-year-old game experienced an explosion in popularity. Between January 2020 and February 2023, more than 100 million users signed up to chess.com, also spurred in part by the popularity of the Netflix hit The Queen's Gambit. With most players stuck at home during the pandemic, cheating became a major problem, Mr. Regan said. The past 3 years have been good for chess on the whole, says Mr. Regan, but the claims of cheating have brought reputational challenges. It's testing the adage that no publicity is bad publicity. I'm not happy to see it, he told The Independent. I also agree with him on this as well. That the no publicity is bad publicity. I agree with him. I don't think this is necessarily good for chess overall. Days after the allegations were made against Mr. Nakamura, chess.com issued a statement saying it had conducted testing and mass simulations to probe the player's hot streak and found no incidents of cheating. We have found that not only is a 45-game winning streak possible, it is in fact likely given the number of games played. The site said it carefully monitored cheating and it closed more than 54,000 accounts in October alone, including 6 elite players. We have closed hundreds of title players, dozens of grandmasters, and 4 players in the top 100, the statement read. And it goes on. Do I look like I'm worth $50 million? I mean, look at me with my, like, what's this, like my $50 shirt that I bought at a pop-up mall in Beverly Hills. Mr. Nakamura, 35, who is the youngest American in history to achieve grandmaster status at the age of 15 and has embraced social media and streaming to bring the sport to a wider audience. In one recent video, the Florida-based player Mock claims online that he was the wealthiest chess player in the world with a reported net worth in the tens of millions. Do I look like I'm worth $50 million? I'm literally wearing Hawaiian shirts, you guys. If I was worth $50 million, I would probably have a 500. Did I actually say this? I don't remember saying this. Maybe I did. If I was worth 50 million, I would probably have a $500 chainmail link, something like from Lord of the Rings. Okay. Mr. Regan told The Independent that the fast-talking American had been a breath of fresh air for the sport. Some people find him brash. I don't. He speaks well at the levels of his audience, popularizes chess. He's also been bringing the goods. Mr. Nakamura has beaten Mr. Carlsen, the world's top player, on several occasions and came within 1 game of qualifying for the World Chess Championship held in Kazakhstan in April. All right. At 48, Mr. Kramnik comes from a different generation. As an 18-year-old, he defeated Garry Kasparov in their first classical chess game in 1994 and went on to become the youngest world champion 2 years later. Wait, I can get a Lord of the Rings original chainmail for $500? Probably not. The 6 months he spent as the world's top-ranked player that year was the only period Mr. Kasparov was dethroned between 1986 and 2006. Mr. Kramnik is no stranger to allegations of foul play. In 2006, he was accused of making unauthorized bathroom trips during his world championship victory over Bulgarian Grandmaster Veselin Topalov. In September, Mr. Kramnik quit chess.com, claiming the site was riddled with obvious cheaters after losing to Mr. Niemann in the Champions Chess Tour play-in event. Nothing is done to clean the platform from those small crooks, he said in a blog post at the time. Around the same time, chess was rocked by one of the more bizarre stories of the year when Norwegian world champion Magnus Carlsen accused 20-year-old American Hans Niemann of cheating. Mr. Niemann had pulled off a major upset by defeating his higher-ranked opponent in round 3 of the 2022 Sinquefield Cup on September 2nd. In a much-anticipated rematch, Mr. Carlsen switched off his computer camera and conceded on the second move of the game at the Julius Baer Generations Cup days later without explanation. After weeks of rampant speculation, the Norwegian released a statement alleging his opponent had cheated more and more recently than he had publicly admitted. Sordid claims later emerged online that Mr. Niemann may have used artificial intelligence, vibrating shoes, or even carefully placed anal beads to receive buzzing sounds. Mr. Niemann had publicly admitted cheating twice earlier in his career, but in his 72-page report released last October, chess.com claimed he had probably received illegal assistance in more than 100 games online, or 100 online games. Mr. Niemann then filed a $100 million lawsuit in Missouri against Mr. Carlsen, chess.com, and other defendants for egregiously defaming him and unlawfully colluding to blacklist him. The lawsuit was thrown out. Mr. Carlsen withdrew from the 2023 World Chess Championship, which saw Chinese Grandmaster Ding Liren defeat Mr. Nepomniachtchi. Mr. Carlsen waited until the latest controversy where he jokingly mocked Mr. Nakamura over cheating claims. He posted a screenshot from a match where he was playing against Mr. Nakamura, which showed him giving up his bishop to a pawn, a game which Mr. Carlsen would go on to win. Wins all these online events, yet doesn't know how pawns capture. Interesting, Mr. Carlsen joked. Bots or not. Players have used computer programs and electronic devices to cheat since the 1980s, with regulators often struggling to keep up. In seeded online tournaments, players are filmed from multiple angles to ensure they're not receiving illegal signals. Mr. Reagan, or is it Regan or Reagan? I don't know, but Mr. Regan, sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, says that there are a few telltale patterns that can expose the use of bots. If the playing interface receives a bunch of consecutive clicks in the exact center pixel of a square, then we know that a bot and not a real human hand is playing the move. Wait, that's actually possible? I thought that was only possible in games like I thought that was possible in like League of Legends. Wow, I didn't know that. That's kind of scary actually, because I know in League of Legends that there's like API, or it's not API, sorry, there's something where like you can do that for like continuing to click. I didn't realize it was a thing in chess. Jeez. Automated programs that simulate human hand movements are constantly being developed, he says. Advances in artificial intelligence also risks creating a new arms race as cheaters look for ways to game the system. Despite this, chess is seen as an important testbed for launching artificial intelligence ideas. Okay, the architecture for ChatGPT has definite affinity with finding the next move in a chess game. He said the cheating detective says he hopes the Fuhrer forces the sports governing body to investigate more in data science and technology, just as other sports like football have done. All right. Yeah, I would say that like overall pretty good article. I mean, there are mistakes unfortunately within this article that obviously should have been corrected, but overall, I mean, I would say it's a pretty good article. It doesn't really say anything we didn't already know, but that's what it is. All right, next article that we have, which we will it died briefly. Okay, this is the next one we have. Next article, this is from Kirill Bobirev, and this is I don't know who Kirill Bobirev is, but we have we have this article to cover. So here we go. Kirill Bobirev says analyzing long win streaks in online chess. TLDR. Okay, actually let me wait for the video conversion so I can upload this to my YouTube studio. Just give me 1 second, 30 seconds to do this. There we go. Finish conversion. Just 1 second, you guys. This is how the sausage gets made. So yeah, this is how the sausage gets made. So all right, what does TLDR mean? This is like it's just explaining everything in much shorter explanations. So all right, okay, so what this is how, yeah, this is how the sausage gets made. So what I do is like you stop, then you upload it, and then they go too long, don't read. Okay, so the TLDR, it says in-depth analysis of recent data suggests a high likelihood of Hikaru achieving a 55 game winning streak in online Blitz based on thousands of his games played this year, and even more likely given that Hikaru just crossed 35,000 Blitz games, the 35,000 Blitz games mark on chess.com alone. Similarly, longest streaks by Magnus Carlsen, 32 wins, Nihal Sarin, 22 wins, and Daniel Naroditsky, 33 wins, align with statistical expectations. The occurrence of both short 10+ wins and long 15+ win streaks among these elite players is also found to be probable and not out of the ordinary. A simple explanation of Hikaru's performance is that he plays an enormous number of games online, is highly skilled, and on average has much weaker opponents than his peers. Moreover, he specifically mentions cherry picking opponents in order to score many points and create good content. So all right, so let's just look at the graphs. We're not going to do the whole article, but I think you guys want to see the graphs. So this is what Kramnik referred to as his great attempt to say that I'm cheating, because I have these big scores. Okay, these are the five graphs that he pointed out, and let's keep going. It says Vladimir believes that this performance is unusual and warrants a thorough investigation by chess.com, although he explicitly mentions that he does not accuse Hikaru Nakamura of cheating. He really, like, I don't even need to get into the weeds of this, but we know what he's saying. As someone with a background in software engineering, data science, and mathematics, and a passion for chess, I'm interested in exploring Vladimir Kramnik's recent statements. My aim is to sift through the data and see if there's any substance to these claims. Okay, or not graphs, but they're tables. Okay, so they show this, we keep going, and then we get down here. This is showing the 5 best players in the world. So this shows the 5 best players in the world. 1 second, let me just make sure that we can upload this video. Okay, so here's what we have. Okay, top 5 players from the leaderboard. So we've got the top 5 players from the leaderboard, which is Magnus, myself, Maxim Vachilegrad, Nihal, and Daniel. Now, one thing you'll notice, look at myself and look at Daniel. Dania and I have played way too much chess online, no doubt about it. We've played a bazillion games, which is ridiculous compared to Maxime, who's played like 2,000 games, Magnus, who's played maybe 3,000 or something like that, but it's very, very low, right? So Dania and I have played the most games. It's funny too, because Dania and I have actually, like I've said it, that I consider Dania to be the player who's closest to me in terms of farming, creating content online, and going from there. So all right, here we go. Let's take a look. They show the number of games. They don't use lifetime stats, which is interesting, but I assume there's an explanation. But whatever. 908, 30, 32, 27, 67, 51, 23. So Dania has more games played. Now, first thing someone's beat, Kramnik's gonna look, he's like 84%, 71, 77, 78. He's cheating. His win rate is too high. But then as we go through here, let's see. There is one big problem here, which is that if we look at my rating, my rating is very, very close to Magnus's rating. But then look at the average performance of the players I'm playing. The average opponent rating here is lower than any other player on this graph. In fact, it's over, or not quite, but it's almost 100 points lower than Magnus's average opponent rating. It's like 80. It's 80 basically below Nihal's. It's only a few below lost video. What do you mean lost video? What's F? No, we're still here. What do you guys are trolling? We're still here. No, you guys are trolling. We're still here, aren't we, mods? Are we still here? Yeah, we're still here. We're good. Okay. Okay. So obviously average rating much lower. Okay, so we have longest streak 55, 17, 35, 79, etc., etc. Okay, so then it says these statistics do look surprising at first glance, but let's look deeper at the data. Hikaru mentioned, I think it's fair assumption Naroditsky is better comparison. So let's go to the next graph. Okay, average rating gap. Magnus's average rating gap is 243. My average rating gap is 318 points, you guys. 318 point differential between myself and my opponents. Nihal 166, Naroditsky 229. So what does it say? Again, Hikaru is in the clear first in terms of playing much weaker oppositions. If Naroditsky himself would be higher rated, then the gap would be similar to Nakamura's. So again, it makes much more sense to compare Nakamura and Naroditsky here, obviously. Okay, Nihal also plays a lot, but it looks like he mostly plays against very high-rated opponents and is likely mostly interested in training rather than playing for the sake of rating and creating content. Very true. Okay, they show averages. We get down here. I don't want to go through all this stuff, of course. And we have more stuff. And then let's see what we get as we get to the big data, I guess, which is somewhere around here. Okay, he uses more statistics like win probability for all the players, Monte Carlo simulations, and now what do we get to? We get to the probabilities. So the probability of those streaks are right down here. Here we go. Okay, so a 10 plus game streak is 94.6 for Magnus, 99.9, 100% for Dania, 90.6 for Nihal. 15, we're all still well north of 90. 20 plus, Magnus 89, I'm at 95.5. Sarah at 65.3, Naroditsky at 91.5. So actually, if I read this chart correctly, don't these stats actually, don't they imply that like Nihal is sus? I mean, he's not sus, obviously, but don't these stats sort of say that? Because if you look 20 plus, it means that 91, 95, 89. I mean, that's very high probability. Now it's 65%, right? Yeah, now it says 65% for Nihal. Of course, Nihal's not cheating, but let's keep going. Okay. They show the games, win probabilities, longest streak, 32, 55, 22, 33. Okay. It means Nihal's underrated. Of course, I'm joking, obviously. Nihal's not cheating. None of us are. But let's get going. Probability of the longest streak. For Magnus Carlsen, it is 32.3%. Wait, so that means Magnus is cheating now, right? Magnus's chance of getting a 33 game streak, that means that Magnus is cheating, right? Or not? Wait, or not? It's saying the longest streak, the chance of Magnus going 32 games is 32%. Now, of course, we know Magnus isn't cheating either. I assume for Magnus is probably because he's played so few games. Like he's played 900 games, right? So Magnus has played like 900 games, so he comes out to 32. Obviously, he's not cheating. Everybody else looks pretty normal. 98.4 for me, 98.5 for Nihal, 65 for Dania. Actually, why is Dania so low? That's weird. But at the end of the day, I think as we look at these numbers, it's pretty clear, though, that like many other things that have come out, the stats very clearly do show that the streaks are not shocking. The streaks are not shocking. Of course, none of these guys, none of us are cheating. But it just shows once again, like I've seen many people put the odds at like 98, 99%, many different simulations and all this other stuff. But yet again, we see someone else doing this too. So yeah, at the end of the day, another statistical analysis that clearly refutes what Kramnik has been saying. So Magnus's average opponent is higher. Yeah, I mean, of course Magnus isn't cheating, but it just shows the stats are misleading. Yeah, I mean, once again, like nobody's cheating here, but it just shows that the probabilities of these streaks actually happening are the exact opposite. When Kramnik says 1%, it's actually 99%. It's not 1%. So yeah, it's sad to see Kramnik continue with this. I would say at the end of the day, we basically just have to ignore what he's saying, and you know, we just move forward. That's all that really needs to be said, because this is not the. I also saw another paper. I also saw another stat. Let me find another stat that we had. This was from Twitter, right? This is from Twitter, so, or X, I should say. Which is there's this post from Jonathan Old. So what is this post? This post says Hikaru is playing tons of games, so he has chances to create winning streaks. Let's see what he does in a 1,000 game series versus 2,200 rated players. Hikaru can expect a 620 game win streak. It's still 100 versus 2,700, 66 versus 2,800, and 42 versus 2,900. So the average streak, I guess I'll change the scene for a second. The average streak that I should be getting here is against 2,200, it should be 600. Against 2,800, 2,900 still looks good, somewhere around 50-ish. And then of course at 3,000 it falls off. And you know, the funny thing about this stat too is I think even yesterday I was saying that against I don't think there are any 3,000 players that I could farm, period. I don't think so. That all the players who are 3,000, I cannot farm them. I mean, maybe I can beat them 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, but I cannot farm them in the same kind of way. And the graph literally shows the exact same thing, that it's not possible, of course. So all right, let's get back. Where were we? Trying to find the right scene. There we go. All right, so this was another chart. What does he say? He says, given that what is the probability that Hikaru gets at least 145 plus win streak when playing 1,000 games? It's quite high. Up to a rating of 2,800, the probability is close to 1. For example, 2,900 rated opponents' probability is still 33%, and it's 1.3% for 3,000 rated opponents. So basically, this literally is saying exactly what I've said on stream too. It literally is saying that 2,800 it's like 100% basically, because it's 1, and then 2,900 is still 33, so 1 and 3, and then at 3,000 it's 1.3. And I literally have said that I don't think there's any 3,000 players that I could beat like this. I don't even think I could adopt a 3,000 player. Maybe I could win 8 or 9, but and that's over a series of 10 games. Over a longer series, there's zero chance of it. Putting it all together, when Hikaru plays a lot of games against 2,800s, we can expect to regularly observe long winning streaks, even when it's unlikely to happen in a single game series. This is completely plausible to happen a couple of times in a year when he plays 3,500 plus games. So there we have it all right here. It's going to happen a couple of times a year, at least, when you play 3,500 plus games. So this pretty much sums it up to a T. But let's see, is there anything else? What does that do with stock market? I don't know why he's talking about stock market, but in the last little one here, which says if 1 million people throw a coin 10 times, 1,000 of them will get heads 10 times in a row. Those aren't coin throw wizards. They just got lucky. Hikaru winning 45 games in a row results from being super strong plus playing tons of games. But most importantly is the psychological factor, but also zero increment. If I was playing these same guys with increment, I don't think I would have the score, but without increment, it changes immensely. So those are the two things, the psychology and of course zero ink or no increment per every move makes a huge difference. And eventually it's going to happen. So all right, let's play some Blitz. Let me put the music back on, and we'll go from there. I can play OZG Panda now. This guy is very dangerous, but I'll challenge him anyway. He's 2965. He's a dangerous Blitz player. He's very fast, very tactical. It's a dangerous pairing, but I'll challenge him. I'll also challenge Liam Putnam, my other favorite friend, to Blitz. Let's see if Liam wants to play. Okay, Knight of Dragon 2877. Wins are +2, so I'm very happy. +2 is great. Go here. Let's play something drier, like C3 D4. No, you don't know you're beautiful. Goes queen d6. Okay, now let's go here and trade some d shots. I'm gonna go here, maybe knight c2. You don't know you're beautiful. Uh-oh. Wait, I gotta be careful. Let's just go, I guess, here. I guess I'll just go here, rook c1, maybe bishop g2. I'm gonna go, actually, you know what? I'm gonna try to reroute D's horses. Go here. Go here, knight f4. Nobody else. Go h4, lock this king side. Let's just go here, maybe a knight e1, knight e3. Knight g5 might have been a better move, but whatever. Desperately. I'm gonna go a4, a5. I really like my position here. How do I do this though? I guess I'll go here. Maybe I should play rook d1 to, yeah, let's play here to line up even more pressure. I don't feel like this guy is very strong, by the way. He's not playing this very well. He's completely fine in the position, but his style is not good. The style is shaky that he's playing. I guess I'll go here. If c4, I'm obviously just gonna take. Yeah, the style of this guy is not great, so I think I can actually punish him. Yeah, cd4, not a good move. Yeah, this is a guy that I think I can farm. Just based off of this game alone, his style doesn't feel very wonderful to me. We'll see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. That's a good move. How do I do this? Maybe I'll go knight. Let's go here. Let's try to be aggressive. I should have actually played b4 right here, but whatever. I could play knight e2, but I think I should just take. I don't know you're beautiful. Yeah, this guy's style is not good. His time usage is terrible. Already, these are two things that make me want to farm him. Yeah, these make me want to, like, basically the time usage, the lack of tactical vision. I feel like I can kind of abuse him in these in scrambles and just in general in these positions. Although rook c4 is actually a very good move. I guess I'll go here. Go here, and rook b6 is my idea. Yeah, this rook b6 threat is an epic threat. Like rook a4. Oh no, rook a4 is not playable. I might be winning here. Okay, if I go knight e5, is rook b4 or something? I feel like do I have a5 maybe? Yeah, let's go a5 to undermine the bishop. We'll see if I'm right. We'll see if I'm right. Dunning abuse effect incoming. I'm just telling you, like, I mean, I don't know how to put it, but it's like I can feel it, like the time usage, tactical, positional, the opening, all these little things. It's like the little clock. It's like the clock, how you twist it. It's like all the little parts and pieces I feel like give me great chance to just beat this guy badly. It probably doesn't make sense to a lot of people, but it just, I feel like he's weak. I mean, one maybe is not enough. I need to see how he plays with white, to be fair, but I just feel like he's weak. I mean, he's too slow. He's positional versus tactical, which means if I get a big time advantage, he's just going to crumble every game like a cookie. So all these things I feel like give me great chances. There's bishop f4. Okay, let's castle. Maybe I'll play a6 b5 to attack on the let's go here, b5 is d5 maybe. Let's just go here. I don't care, we can trade. He's too slow. Yeah, he's too slow. See, he's too slow here, so he's gonna always be down on time against me. His style is bad. I mean, all these things give me great chances. So let's go b5 and take. As long as I don't make a huge blunder in the opening. Like if I blunder in the opening, it's a different story, but if I can avoid the opening blunders, he's always gonna be down a lot of time on the clock and struggle. Is what I feel like. Let's take. I have bishop b5. I've got knight f5. I mean, I feel like I'm doing well here. Knight d8 was also playable, but I feel like I want the knight to jump. Wait, I don't know, this looks right. Do I have knight f5 here maybe to hit the pawn? I mean, this looks scary. It's maybe okay. It's funny that I have the double pawns again. 2 games in a row where I've got the double pawns. I mean, rook e4 looks strong. I just have to make sure there are no tricks. I can go rook e8. I mean, this looks very dangerous. Rook g4, knight g3 incoming. I assume I'm much better here, but I don't know. Knight h2. Wait, what? Yeah, see, I mean, he's just gonna get crushed here. Yeah. Oh, did I have knight 8? Oh, I had knight h4. Oh, knight h4 was winning. I'm so bad at chess. This is probably still, that was still winning probably, but I just take and take. It's still actually winning, I think, but that was a big miss by me. Knight h4. Don't worry, I saw it. Yeah. Okay, so I feel like I'm off to a good start here. Is he I still don't see it, 'cause on knight h4 it's a force mate on g2, so he has to take. I take with the rook and then I mate him on the h file. It doesn't matter though, because this is still winning. Also, see, I missed a win and I got a winning chance right away. Again, another little part of the equation, another very small part, another very small part of the equation that's just like showing you guys the is he actually, wait, he's defending here. How bizarre, as they say. How bizarre. Take. Wait, no, but no, he had to block with the queen. See, again, he misses it. Queen g2, knight f1, not tactically sharp. Knight f1 check. Yeah, I mean, he found the defense, but he messed it up. See, it's like already the little things matter, and when you add them all up, I assume that I can abuse them basically. Well, let's take with the e pawn, because again, I know the style he plays, and it's not a good style. Whoa. I should have played e3 because it's actually much easier for him to play than for me. But I do have a decent position here. I guess I'll go here and rook d1. Terrible, not even a GM. I know, so bad, right? I might go d4 somewhere. Go here. He's not playing this particularly well, by the way. Yeah, see, he's too slow. He's already down 10 seconds. See, yeah, I mean, he's got a decent position, but actually, like, surviving this is gonna be hard. Takes, I just take. He's very. Why is he so slow? Whoa. You are the reason he's not playing. I'm the reason. Okay, he's playing badly again though. Now I just go bishop f1, take the knight. Yeah, see, I mean, this is the whole point. This is what people don't understand. Like, it's all these little factors. If I'm being serious about farming, all these little factors matter. They all matter. He found a move. I found a decent move actually. I'm gonna go for something very slow and very dank. I'm gonna go for a weird reroute. I'm gonna try to reroute the horse all the way to e5. 1 2 3. Try to hit the pawn. I mean, it's very, very slow, but I think it's okay. Yeah, I want to bring the knight all the way over, and then maybe I can even attack on the king side. Maybe. Unlikely, but maybe. Wait, now I've got knight d2 and he just loses material because I have a3 to kick the rook. Probably I should play h4 and try to attack on the king side too. Whoa. Actually, h4, maybe I want to go for f5. Actually, no, I think I'm gonna play h4 and maybe g4. Maybe I go g4 f5. Don't have f5 right away. I need to somehow crack him though. I could obviously just trade. Yeah, let's just trade. Whoa. Now I just get rid of my weak double pawn. No, now I'm just gonna lose the game. It's not even gonna be a fight probably. I could also go f6 and try to lolly him. Let's go f6. I'm gonna try to lolly him, like queen d2, queen h6. It's very brutal here. Don't I have rook e7? Oh wait, or can I go? No, queen d2 doesn't lolly him. I really want to lolly him. Why did I do this? So stupid. Let's go here. I mean, I'm still up on clock. I got to remember that as long as I can keep this margin on clock, I'm gonna win the game. Go here. Yeah, as long as I keep the margin on time, I'll beat him. I'm like 99% sure of it. The time margin really matters. Wait, don't I have... Oh wait, no, that doesn't work. There's take, and I've got check and like bishop e3, I guess. Just got to remember that, like, the clock is the biggest advantage I have here. I'm gonna go here to fix the weak pawn, and the maybe not good though. Maybe I need the king over. Wait, isn't that just a blunder? What? Let's go here and take. What's he doing? Yeah, big mistake again. There we go. Yeah, see, what did I tell you guys? See, I think he's done. Like, I think he can sense that the matchup is bad too. Rook e1, it's queen h6 didn't work, so he's queen f8. Like, it looks like a lolly, but it doesn't work. Yeah, he's done. And pull up my game. Yeah, it doesn't work, and I'll tell you guys why. It doesn't work, so he's queen f8. So if I go queen d2, takes, and queen h6, he has queen f8 to stop the lolly on g7, and now I'm just down a rook and losing. He probably reported you, yeah. Oh, is he 50 years old? Oh, is he really 50 years old? Oh, then I almost feel bad. No, he's Chinese. Yao Yang. Is he 50? I don't know. But anyway, whatever. Yeah, we got the win. 3 out of 3. Yep, good stuff. All right, you guys, so what else do we have? Do we have any other articles? Oh, we got the Anish stuff. Yeah, we got the Anish stuff. Yeah. No way Chinese people can be 50. Yeah. All right. Okay, so we're gonna move on. We're gonna cover the what else do we have? We have some Anish stuff, I think. Let me find the Anish stuff. Okay, what is this? Chess by the numbers. Let me pull this up. Let me stop the music for a second and let's keep going. All right, so let's keep going. Let me change the scene, of course. There we go. All right, so we have more drama to talk about. Two bits of drama. We'll start with the first one, which is let's start with the first drama here. This is about the FIDE circuit. This is from Chess by the Numbers, and it says the FIDE circuit regulations don't explicitly cover everything about how the Grand Chess Tour does event tiebreaks, but I think I parse out how they would score these scenarios. Assuming I got that right, enjoy this mess. So we have this. Let me change the scene so you guys can all see it in large. Here we go. Here's what we have. We've got FIDE circuit implications of the sync-filled round 1. Actually, wait, I can change this, right? Well, let me change this. I can yeah, one second. I can change this. Wait, that I can just make it smaller, right? Or is it not gonna? It might still not work though, right? Does it actually work? Let me see. It might not work. I can change the sizes and recut it back down, but wait one second. Okay, FIDE circuit. Here we go. Let me make this big. There we go. There we go. Okay, here we go. Put this up here and Twitch scene, Twitch clips. That's right. Scene. There we go. All right, so yeah, here's what we have. Okay, if Geary wins, MVL loses, and Aronian loses, then Geary extends his circuit lead and could not be caught by Gukesh even with a London win. So basically, so if Geary wins, Maxime loses, Aronian loses, Geary is qualified via the FIDE circuit. Next step, if Fabi wins or draws, so it means this is a guarantee Geary wins if this happens. But if Fabi wins or draws, then Geary retains the circuit lead, but could be caught by Gukesh if he finishes sole first place in the London Chess Classic. Okay, next scenario. If Fabiano loses but Dominguez wins or draws, then Wesley passes Geary for the circuit lead unless MVL and or Nepo also win, in which case Geary retains the circuit lead. Tying for second and third is enough. So basically if Wesley passes Geary unless in the case that Fabi loses or Dominguez wins or draws. But yeah, this is very, very murky. Note that Geary plays Nepo, so this in this scenario could benefit from a loss, right? So this is the key scenario. Okay. Else, if Fabiano and Dominguez both lose but neither MVL nor Nepo win, there will be a four-way playoff, and then Wesley passes Geary for the circuit lead no matter what. So if Fabiano and Dominguez both lose, which won't happen, there could be a four-way tie, and in that case Anish is screwed, and Anish loses no matter what, essentially. And then we have the last one, which is else if Fabiano and Dominguez both lose. Actually, can you guys see this one, or is this cropped off? You can see this, yeah. Else if Fabiano and Dominguez both lose, one or both of MVL and Nepo do win, there will be a 5-6-way playoff, and then Wesley only passes Geary for the circuit lead by winning the playoff. Okay, so I mean it's a huge mess for what happens today, but as I understand it, basically I think it means that essentially if that happens, if Anish loses, he is not going to he is going to qualify. Did MVL reply? Is this Maxime? He says proving the Riemann hypothesis should be a piece of cake after this warm-up. Now let me find the MVL tweet. I'll make a new window. MVL tweet FIDE circuit. Let me find MVL tweet. Okay. Now, because Maxime Vachier-Lagrave is a mathematical genius and he can see the future, we now show MVL, which says hypothetical. Player A is leading the FIDE circuit. Last tournament of the year, he's playing uninspired. Anish is down at the bottom of the table. Anish is player A. Player B and C are leading the tournament, also known as Fabiano and Wesley. Only player B can catch him for the candidate spot, i.e. Wesley. So, and player A is playing player C tomorrow, which in this case is Nepo. Player A, which is Anish, is playing Nepo, player C tomorrow. Predict the result player A is aiming for. So, this is a tweet from Maxime Vachier-Lagrave on December 16th, 2022, you guys. So Anish makes this tweet on December 16th of 2022, and lo and behold, we are nearly 1 year later and we have this exact scenario happening in the Grand Chess Tour. So this is such a massive mess here, and as I said, it's happened once again, so it's not good at all. So first messy situation from today, but now we show the next messy big question mark that we have here, which is we have the situation. Let me set this up, which of course is regarding qualification. So let me adjust this one. We have this from the International Chess Federation, also known as FIDE. Let me make this a little bit smaller and I'll pull this down. There we go. I think now you guys can see it. All right, so we have this from FIDE, which says clarifications on the FIDE circuit regulations and qualifications. This was published on Wednesday, November 29th. Okay, number one, qualification procedure for the Open Candidates 2024. The following order of priority shall apply for the two remaining spots. Qualification via FIDE circuit goes first, and qualification by rating goes, not taking into account all those players who gain the right to participate. Number two is allocation of the FIDE circuit points. Again, nothing shocking here. But number three is the big one that everyone is talking about this morning, which is qualification for the candidates 2024 by rating. A player shall participate in at least 4 FIDE circuit tournaments with a standard time control. Okay, nothing shocking so far. These tournaments shall meet all the requirements of the FIDE circuit regulations, particularly both General 1.1 and Country Restriction Clause 3.2. Thus, out of the 4 above mentioned tournaments, not more than 2, one of which is a national championship, can be played in the same country. If this rule is not respected, the player is not eligible for qualification. So, what does this mean? What this means is that there is one player in the running to try and qualify for the spot by rating, and this player, let me adjust this back. I'm going to ask people to tell me which player this is that has a shot to qualify by rating. So let me make this a little bit bigger, pull this over. Let's take a look at the rating list of the players, you guys. I think you can probably figure out who the player is, but let's take a look. So for qualification, who's in? Fabiano's qualified, Nakamura's qualified, Ding Liren is already, well, he's already in the world champ, he's the world champion. Nepo's qualified. So then we have a rating spot between Wesley So, Lenier Dominguez, Alireza Firouzja, and maybe Sergey hasn't played enough. But basically what this means is that the player who's getting screwed here is Lenier Dominguez, who has played 3 tournaments this year. So Lenier Dominguez has played 3 tournaments. He's played the US Championship, he's played the Singfield Cup, which I guess is 2 already, and of course he played I think the World Cup as well. So this means Dominguez now cannot play a tournament in the United States, of which there would be many, by the way, that he could consider. He now has to travel outside the US and go play somewhere else if he wants to try and qualify by rating. And I don't know if this was in the clause, but from what I've seen on Twitter this morning, or this afternoon I should say now, it seems very much as though this was not in the regulations. This is a clarification that was posted this morning. So it sounds like FIDE has posted these regulations today, or yesterday I should say, about this, whereas they should have published these qualifications quite a while ago. So this also is big drama. A lot of people saying that this is being they updated it today. Okay, I saw 29th of November. But it sounds like they put this out today, and now everyone's up in arms because how can you suddenly do this at such a late moment in time, and make things so unclear, I guess you could say, up until now. Now again, I don't know if this was in the regulations, whatever it was, but the thing is that it should not have happened the way that it's happened. So now it's a huge mess. Who knows what's going to happen? Maybe Dominguez goes and tries to play somewhere else. Maybe he complains to FIDE that they put out the regulations. They should have made this clear before the Singfield Cup. They should have thought about this. Like, another big mess. So chess world right now is definitely sort of on fire, you could say. Everything is this massive mess, and nobody really knows what's going on. So all right, you guys, I think I'm gonna do some puzzles for a little bit. We have the event starting pretty soon, so let me do a few puzzles, put the music back on, and then we will cover this massive final round of the St. Louis Singfield Cup. So let me change the scene. All right, let's do some puzzles. Do some puzzles, like I'll do 2 or 3. Let's go check and mate. Go check and mate. Go mate. Let's go mate. Let's go mate. Let's go mate. Let's go mate. Ah! Mouse feels a little bit slow. It feels a little bit cold right now. Wait. Yeah, my mouse feels cold. My brain is a little bit slow right now. So not the best start ever, but good enough. Very, very strange puzzles. Okay, that's wait, what's, did you just push? Very strange puzzle for so deep in. That's good. That's good, mate. That's good. Ah, la 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 la. Go check, take the queen. That's good. Okay, strange puzzle. I guess you take, check, takes. Mate. Good. That's good. Make a queen. That's good. Very strange puzzle. Puzzles are killing me. Why are these puzzles so hard? That's good. Yeah, I mean, these puzzles are too hard. I'm getting... I was E3. What am I doing? Oh, come on, come on. Fridge, what the fridge? What the fridge? What the fridge is the move? What the fridge? Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know. What is the move here? I couldn't figure it out. Oh, really? It's just trade? Wow. All right, let's do one more. 52, terrible. I got a lot of tough puzzles early though in that run, like a lot of really tough puzzles. One more and then we'll start covering the event. Mate, there we go. Checkmate, there we go. Check and mate. There we go. Checkmate. Checkmate. Oh, la 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 la. What is this? La 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 la. Takes. Okay, that's good. Checkmate. 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 Check. Take queen. Oh, what am I doing? What was that? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It was rook h1. What am I doing? Let's see if I can get a decent score still. Wait, rook d1 first. Okay. Well, this is another like ridiculous puzzle. There's some like, is it 91? There should be a mate here. D6. Where's the mate? What the heck? I don't see the mate. What the heck? Huh? I must be blind. I don't see the mate. Oh, it's knight c8. Okay, let's do one more. Those two early ones crushed me. I just couldn't recover from it. Okay, last one, then we'll cover the event. Let me be quiet though, sorry you guys, because I need to get this. G1 king f7. Wait, what? What is? Oh, it's mate. What am I doing? Keep going. What is this? Again, another very hard puzzle out of thin air. Bishop e7, 90. Wait. 95, bishop g5, queen e4. What the heck? Bishop e7, queen e7, queen e7, queen e7, queen e7, queen e7, queen e7. What is this puzzle? Ridiculous puzzle. Queen f7, of course. Yeah, too hard. If this is bishop c8, I'm gonna be upset too. I bet it's bishop c8, right? Oh, it's bishop e5. Okay, whatever, still good enough.